Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and could not tell by the username, my name is Katie, and today I am presenting to you basically like the creative process and just a little in depth of what goes on when you do press-on nails. For you guys that have been keeping up with my videos, in last week's episode, in last week's video, I did explain to you guys that I am going into a business venture, and surprise, it is press-on nails. Now, for you guys that are interested in purchasing some nails from me, you can do so by going onto my Instagram, which is that's_so_pressed, and you can follow there. The website will be available on the official launch date, which is August 23rd. I don't know when this video is going to go up, so it may be a little redundant information, but August 23rd, 2020 is the official launch date. That's_so_pressed is the official Instagram. Anyways, I just want to go ahead and show you guys right now in this clip is what I use to separate it's what I use to separate my nails and the sizes. I got this from the dollar store. It's basically like a peel separator. You just take your little cotton swab, a little alcohol or acetone, wipe the numbers or the words right off, and then come in with a permanent marker and mark the sizing on there. Of course, this is $1. At the beginning of this clip, you saw me pull out my nail stand, which is basically what I use to hold the nails. Very important to have. You can get those for about $10 to $15 for a set of 2 on Amazon, or you can try to find one at your local nail supply, which is what I did, for the low price of $3.99. Now moving on, in this next clip, you're going to see the putty that I used, and I believe it's called Loctite putty, and that's not gum. I know it may look like it, but it's not. And again, this can be found at any kind of craft store, any store with a hardware section. I personally found mine at Walmart for about $2. I think it's like $1.83. And let me tell you something, you get 4 rolls of this stuff. I have not made it past a third of the first roll, so you don't need much to stick it on there. And yeah, it's about $1.83 at Walmart. I'm actually going to speed through the rest of this, so you're going to see this on hyperdrive, and then I'll come back in when it's needed. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and take a nail buffer and buff off the little scraggly ends at the tip of the nails. And then I'm also going to take a nail block and buff out the surface of the nails just to give the polish a better grip. That nail drill that you saw, the blue and white one, I actually purchased that again from the dollar store for $1. Make sure that if you're going to the dollar store to get some of your nail supplies, that you travel to more than just one. Every dollar store that I've ever been to has something different. So just because it's not at one dollar store doesn't mean that it's not at all of the ones that are local in your area. So just make sure that you're trying them. And yeah, again, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this part. Now that we finished buffing off the nails, I'm just going to brush off the debris with my finger. I don't have my brush. I don't know what happened to it. And then I'm going to bring out my UV lamp by Modelones. You're going to see a lot of products from them, but I promise you I'm not sponsored. I'm not paid to do this video as of yet. And I don't work for them, but I personally enjoy their products. I purchased all of mine from Amazon, and I might leave a link to all the products down below for you guys. So here is the base coat that I'm using. Again, it's by Modelones, and I'll try to leave a link down below for you. We're just going to go ahead and brush that on each nail, and then I'm going to pop it in the UV lamp for about 90 seconds. And I'm going to do it all in one sweep. I'm not going to do like half and then half again. So We're going to do this all in one sweep for 90 seconds under the UV lamp. After the 90 seconds, we're going to go ahead and move on to the design. Now, I just wanted to do a design that included my favorite colors. I had no particular idea of how I was going to go ahead and go through with this, and I wanted to create different shades of what I had, so that's what you're seeing on that lid. I used this brush, and again, I'll include it down below, the link for you, but I got this in a set off of Amazon. However, once I finally figured out the design, I went with like an army fatigue design. It's actually better to use a dotting tool versus a brush, just because it gives you more stability and it's a little bit more sturdy in order for you to create those different shapes. I found that when I finished the product, it was one-dimensional, at least to me. Now, it still turned out great. It's still one of my favorite sets, but to me, it was just very much so flat, and it didn't have the army fatigue design per se. I guess you can call it that. It didn't have the different shapes, the variations of shapes. Bam, there we go. If you don't have a dotting tool, a second or a good runner-up for that would be like a ballpark pen. That could work for you. Just make sure that you take the ink out, or you use the dried up one. If not that, you can also use a toothpick, but personally I would not do a brush again if I were to recreate this design. And then this is just the inspiration picture that I pulled up on Google that I'm kind of looking at to do so. I'm gonna speed up this just a little bit for you guys to see, and then we'll jump into the next one. Sidebar, I'm left-handed, so my hand might get in the way of the camera sometimes, so I apologize about that. But make sure every couple of designs you do go ahead and cure the design, just because you don't want it to get murky or mixed in with the next color. So I'll say every 2 to 3, go ahead and put it in the UV lamp for 90 seconds and then start up your design again. To avoid any kind of patches or streaks, unfortunately, you do have to go back over this design with a second coat. So just make sure that you're doing so, and you're taking your time to make sure that one color doesn't get into the other side. But you will need to do a second coat of this. Show you guys the colors that I use. So I use colors 824 and 825 from the Beetles collection in order to use it for the orange and the yellow. Now with the yellow, I also mixed it in with modelones. They have a set for nudes, and I use that in order to make the yellow a little bit more pastel-y. I also use shade number 828, which is the green in that Beetles collection, and I mixed it with Amelia's black. Any black will do in order to make that olive green color. Ended up not going with this design, but I still wanted to include it in this video. I'm hoping I'm not making a mistake, but I just went through that army fatigue design with white lines to fill into and kind of make a negative space. Again, I had no clear plan on what I was doing. It just kind of happened, but I ended up not going with this, but I still wanted to include it just to show you guys options. As you can see, I wiped off the white lines on the thumb. I'm going to repeat that same design on the pinky, and we're going to fast forward over this because it's repetitive. So the next nail that I worked on is the pointer finger, I guess that's the finger it's called. And I knew that I did not want the design to be super complex because I didn't want to take away from the camouflage nail. So I knew I wanted to be simple, but I didn't want it to be too simple. So I ended up doing a French tip, or I guess like a green French tip with this one, but I still wanted to make it a little snazzy, a little jazzy. So I decided to make this nail matte. For the middle finger, I knew that I wanted this one to be a little bit more snazzy because it was surrounded by, I guess, lackluster designs. So I decided to do a half and half design with yellow, and I think I decided matte green. Oh, nope, I did yellow and orange. And y'all know I love diamonds. I love the rhinestones. I love the glam, the glitz, all that jazz. So I completed this design with a rhinestone center. Now the rhinestones, I'm just trying to figure out exactly which one I'm going to use for the design. As I mentioned in the video earlier, I will go into a more in-depth video of exactly what I have and where I got it from, the cost, all that good jazz. But for now, I'm just trying to decide which design I'm going with. I'm going to apply this matte top coat on top of the two green nails and then come back in with a shiny coat for the rest of them. This is the end result, you guys. I am absolutely obsessed with this set. I did add a little glitter into the pinky nail, which you'll be able to see. But let me know if this is something that you're interested in. Let me know if I should push out more content videos like this. I absolutely, again, loved doing this. Now, I'm not too sure about the voiceover, but again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below in the comment section. make sure that you're following me on Instagram, which is the exact same as my username, and also follow me on my business page, which is that's_so_pressed. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.